It's an exciting morning. It's been an exciting couple weeks as we transitioned our great fire rescue department. And today, I'm really excited. This is a new era, and to see so many friends of the city of San Diego, our fire rescue department and family being here today to support our new chief means a lot to me. Many of you have worked very, very closely with Brian Fennessy on a number of issues. So you know from firsthand experience that you're going to have a very difficult time trying to find as hard a working public servant as Brian Fennessy. 38 years of firefighting experience. 38, beginning his career with the U.S. Forest Service, battling wildfires from the air and the ground throughout the United States. So I think a lot of you know that Brian joined the Fire Rescue Department in 1990 and worked his way up the ranks. Most recent position is our Assistant Fire Chief of Emergency Operations, which of course put him in charge of the largest divisions within the department, including all of our fire stations. And of course, without Chief Fennessy's leadership, without his drive and determination, we would not have the helicopter program that this city has for us today. Because of his hard work and leadership, we now have 2 helicopters that are out there every single day and every single night for first response and emergency operations throughout the entire region. That's the kind of leadership and one of the reasons why the city stands strongly behind Brian to be our next fire chief, as he will continue to innovate. He will continue to work with the men and women of our fire rescue department to ensure that he's always putting their needs first and the needs of the city. He's also going to be carrying out the goal of all of us to have a more diverse department as we launch new recruiting and retention efforts, and that's something that we're going to be very, very proud of. His leadership is going to be very key as we continue to build new fire stations throughout the city and improve emergency response times in every single neighborhood. I'll tell you, there's nobody with the experience and the knowledge of Chief Brian Fennessy about our fire rescue operations and about what it takes to serve this great city of San Diego. And that's why I think all of you are here today. It's this very special day as we transition to this gentleman who has given his heart and soul to our community and is really ready to step up now and lead a great department. And before I have the opportunity to swear him in, I'm going to introduce our Council President Pro Tem, who I think all of you know has been a champion for public safety in our city, champion for our fire rescue department, Council President Pro Tem Marty Emerald. Marty?
Thank you. And Brian, this day comes just in time, because if you look back here, your predecessor didn't shave today and doesn't have his shirt tucked in, so he is really retired, man. My mother, may she rest in peace, always told me to leave things better than you found them. And that's been a motto that's propelled me through life, and often through the toughest times. And I know that the men and the women of our fire rescue department live that creed every single day. When that bell rings, you rush into danger to make things better, to save lives, to save property. In my tribe, we call it Tukula Lum, to heal the world. And you are a healer. And you have prepared your entire adult life for this moment to be able to take that next step in bringing greater healing to the world, raising people up, huh? And look there's a newest generation of firefighter right up there. So thank you for everything you have done for this community. Thank you for committing your life and your career to healing the world and making this community a better place, one person, one door, one community at a time. We all believe in you, no pressure, and we are all here to help hold you up and to help you be successful. So ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed an honor to see Brian move up to be the chief of our department, the 17th fire chief in the city of San Diego, a man who heals and leaves things better than he finds them. Thank you.
Well done, Marty. All right, Brian, you ready to make this official? You stand right here. If you will raise your right hand and please repeat after me. I, Brian Fennessy, do solemnly swear
I, Brian Fennessy, do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution
that I will support and defend the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely,
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully
and that I will well and faithfully
discharge the duties of Fire Chief,
discharge the duties of Fire Chief
about which I'm about to enter.
about which I'm about to enter.
Chief, congratulations. You're it. Okay. Good job.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Would you like to put the badge on this young man here, right here? Well done.
Wow, thank you very much. I'm overwhelmed to see, everybody here, people I work with, friends, family, people that have served the department in the past, our current firefighters. I'm just blown away. I am truly, truly humbled to be here. And I think both the mayor and Council Member Emerald talked a bit about it, and what they shared was really teamwork. The only reason I'm here today, honestly, is because many of you in the audience today, not just my family, but certainly folks that I've worked with in the past, folks that I'm working with today, our labor union. I mean, not to blow smoke, but I do believe the mayor has assembled one heck of a team. I got an opportunity to spend my first meeting with the executive team last week or earlier this week. Our COO, our Assistant Chief Operating Officer, and all the Deputy Chief Operating Officers. I have to tell you, you got quite a team assembled. Not to mention all the department directors. I'm just really, really, really pleased to be a part of that team. The fire service is a team. That's what we do. The fire service is based on that team and not an individual. I've learned a lot of lessons over the years. Of my 38 years, 14 were with the U.S. Forest Service and BLM, and I was fortunate enough to have many mentors along the way. I wasn't always what some would seem as a great leader. I grew up one of 5 sons. My dad ruled back like fathers did back in the day with a pretty iron hand, and that was my leadership model. I was promoted fairly early in my career with the Forest Service and got to lead 20-person crews. I led like I learned my whole life. Didn't go so well about in the mid-'80s. And I was fortunate enough to have a very close friend of mine who's now retired with the Forest Service, who was an icon back then in terms of leadership. He was the guy that you saw in fire camp that, if he recognized you or nodded at you, that was a big deal for a 24-year-old, supervisor. And I think it only took one time where he saw me lining out my crew somewhere in Idaho down the forks of the Salmon, and he called me up to where he was sitting and observing my behavior and shared with me there may be another way to lead. And out of his dirty old pack pulled out a book. It was Sun Tzu, The Art of War. I don't know how many of you have read that. I had no idea what it meant. But all I knew is this guy gave me something that was very important. I was going to read it, and he was going to catch up with me later in the fire season and share a little bit more. That was the first time I'd really had a mentor to share with me, leadership development. Since then, I've been a student of leadership. I continue to be a student of leadership, mentoring and growing our organization is a high priority for me. I think the mayor and council have done a great job in terms of providing us some of the best equipment. Look at the apparatus behind us. I mean, all of our apparatus are top notch. We've got great personal protective equipment. We've got an excellent training division. We've whittled away, again, thanks to the support of the mayor and council, many of those areas that we really were needed assistance. We're now going to focus on the health and welfare of our firefighters. You know, with the partnership of Local 145, we've got some ideas on how to really, again, start to focus on the members of this department and grow our future leaders. Again, to me, you know, leadership equates into service. And you know, you look around at the folks in uniform, I mean, they're all about service. That's what we do. I share often with staff that really it's quite simple. You know, what do people expect when we respond? They expect that we get there quickly. We do that, and safely. We know what we're doing when we get there. And I think we do a really good job of that. And that we're nice. We're nice to them. We treat people with dignity. We treat people with respect. And those are the things, and Chief Maynard would share the same, those are the emails, the letters, the notes, the phone calls we get that make us happiest. Doesn't matter if our crews have run 30 calls, they're out there treating people with dignity, respect, and nice. And they're very nice to them. It's all about service. So again, I'm just thrilled to be here. I'm looking around, I'm floored. But thank you, Mayor Faulconer.
Congratulations, Brian.
Thank you, Councilmember Emerald. Thank you, everybody that's in this room that's contributed to my success. I'm looking forward to a long role here. Thank you, Chief Operating Officer Scott Chadwick. Wait till you see him coming down the fire pole here, all you city employees here soon. It's excellent. But I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Well done.
Thank you.